What's up, people? I'm Carlo. Welcome back. And recently, I have been very slow. It's not the first time, it won't be the last time, but it's part of business. When you decide to commit full-time to entrepreneurship, you have to understand that there will be ups and there will be downs. When you start your business venture, you have the highest hopes of it becoming the most successful company ever, yet often, when we're on our way to becoming successful, we sometimes find ourselves not having enough clients, not making enough money. We don't have the right gear for this job, so we have to buy it, but we don't have enough money for that. And that's all part of business, and sometimes it's easy to get inside of your head and think negatively, and to be honest, that's really easy for me to do. So I really tried to make my outlook on days off and free time more positively, because I know that there really are benefits to having free time, as far as business and just personal health and lifestyle. So I really created this video for myself as a reminder, and anyone out there that feels sometimes when they're not busy that they get down on themselves, they're really sad. This video I wanted to create for you guys so you can create some better habits and a more positive outlook on those days off where you're not working. So the first thing that I like to do, and the best way for me to stay on track and motivated throughout the day or the week or however long it is that I don't have work, is to create a to-do list. And when you create this to-do list, don't overload yourself with work. That's not the point. Even though sometimes where you're crunched with work, you might have a to-do list that is 3 pages long and you need to get it done. And then the next few topics, I'm going to kind of go over what I add to my to-do list on a daily basis. Some things I don't add on there all the time, but these are some of the things that I find to be more consistent on my to-do list on a daily basis. So a quick tip that I like to kind of share with everyone is when you have a to-do list, make sure that you wake up in the morning and you accomplish 2 small goals that you have set for yourself. Whether that's just read a couple pages in a book or read a chapter in a book, or make sure you just watch a YouTube video that maybe taught you something. Just getting that 2 or 3 successes early in the morning will really set yourself up for success in the rest of the day in a positive mindset. So one of the things that I always kind of have on my to-do list is to work on all of the back-end business stuff that I don't really have time for when I'm busy. And that really comes down to making sure that my finances are all organized, making sure that I have all my expenses logged, so at the end of the year when taxes come, I have everything all prepared. Make sure that all of your invoices are completed, you don't have any outgoing invoices, and just generally know everything about your finances and your business. And also make sure you keep educating yourself on finances, especially in business, because you want to make sure that when you're growing your business and you're growing in numbers and sales, you want to make sure that you understand how to do things properly as far as taxes and income, and making sure that you're paying yourself properly. So just make sure you keep educating yourself on how to run a business and successfully as far as finances as well. The next thing that I have on my to-do list pretty often is to make sure that my website's up to date. Recently, when I started having a bunch of free time, I realized that my website was pretty outdated. And I looked back and I had videos on there when I first started making videos, and I realized, how do I expect clients to pay me what I am proposing them when they go on my website and they look at this video that I created 2 years ago and it's not the same quality that I'm creating now. So a big thing for me is to kind of just go through each of the different pages, make sure everything's clean and tightened up, make sure you delete all the videos that you don't think are of the highest quality anymore. Put your best foot forward. So when a client goes to your front page, they see your top videos, and then the rest of the videos that you have are just up there as well. So you have that consistent high quality content as well. And as far as doing your website, make sure you are also educating yourself on become a better business owner and marketing yourself on Google. Learn more about SEO. Get yourself on Google and rank yourself a little bit higher. Create a Google business page so when people search New Jersey or New York video production company, wherever you live, your name pops up, your company's name pops up, and you have a business profile. So another thing to do is reach out to previous clients that you know are super satisfied with the work that you provided for them. Send them an email and ask them if they'd be kind enough to write you a review on Google. This kind of adds that professionalism for your business, and prospective clients could read that review and see that these other business owners, these other brands had a great experience working with you. You could also use their reviews as a testimonial on your website. To go along with the website, make sure, depending on what you do in the filmmaking industry, update your reel. For me as a cinematographer, I had a really hard time trying to connect with directors and production companies because all they would ask for is, let me see your reel. And I didn't have one. All I had was a link to my website with a bunch of different videos that were ranging from 30 seconds to 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes long, and at the end of the day, they don't have time to watch all that. So make sure that you create at least a minute-long reel, concise, to the point, that's strong, features all of your best work. So when you do have that reel completed, another thing that you could add to your to-do list is start reaching out to directors and production companies and building out your network a little bit more. So the next thing that I keep on my to-do list pretty often is called outreach. Something great that you could do is just Google any new businesses or brands around your area, because they might need video or photo content because they're brand new and they need some content to get started. So find businesses that you want to work with, research them, learn a little bit more about them. When you feel that you could really benefit this business and you feel connected with them in a way, send them a cold email or send them a cold DM. But make sure when you do send DMs that your Instagram is up to par as well, because when you send that message, the first thing they're going to do is click on your profile. And if it's you and your dog and you and what, they're not going to be too thrilled about doing work with you. But if they click on your profile and they see you with a camera and doing all this different stuff, they might feel more enticed to work with you because you're very passionate about it and it shows. So make sure you keep your Instagram up to date if you are going to send those Instagram DMs. So to get away from the business side a little bit, something that I really like to do and something that I start my morning with every single day is I read. I allow myself about 30-40 minutes a day in the morning to just get away from my phone, get away from social media, get away from anything, and I just sit down and I read. Currently, I'm reading this book right here. It's called Shoe Dog. It's a memoir by the creator of Nike, Phil Knight. Highly recommend it as far as just a business book and just the actual underdog story. This guy was put against the wall so many times and he ended up creating one of the most successful businesses ever. So I highly recommend that book and I highly recommend reading. Something that's on my to-do list every single day, even when I am busy, is stretching and exercise. These are one of the most important things for me personally, because I feel that if your body and your mind isn't being well taken care of, then you're not going to be a successful business owner. You're not going to be a successful filmmaker because you're not going to have that full energy. You're not going to have the full concentration that you will if you do feel kind of rejuvenated and energetic. So as far as my routine goes, in the morning I allow myself about 30 minutes or so to stretch, loosen up for the day. I'm pretty consistent with running and cardio. And also I exercise a lot. When the gyms are open, I lift a lot. I also do a bunch of body weight exercises. Also on my daily routine at night, right before bed, when typically you would just lay in bed and watch TV, something that I like to do every single night is I put on a show or I put on a movie, I sit on the floor and I just stretch. It really kind of releases all the toxins that I had throughout the whole entire day. It just loosens me up. So when I do go to bed, I'm pretty much just free. I don't have any tightness. I don't have anything. And it kills two birds with one stone. I study film, I watch TV shows, and I stretch. It's probably one of my favorite things to do at the end of the day. And lastly, one of the most important things as well is to use this time to create things, especially if you are a filmmaker. For me, being a cinematographer, I find myself always trying to practice different lighting techniques, different camera angles, different camera movements, all of these different things, and I just keep practicing them. So when I am on set, I can use what I practice on a real job, and I feel confident about it because I've done it before. I've made those mistakes at home. So highly recommend just being creative, keep creating stuff, because at the end of the day, if you don't practice your craft, you're not going to be successful. You're not going to be the best. And I don't know about you, but for me, I want to be the best. So I always practice, whether that's just lighting or camera, just keep it going always. So yes, it does suck sometimes that you don't have the money, you don't have the clients, you don't have what you want really in business at a particular moment. But once you understand that being an entrepreneur, being a creative, a business owner, there's hurdles, there's ups and downs that you have to go through. There are always positives in every situation. And once you find them, there's ways to utilize that positive mindset and those positive outlooks and aspects that can really transform yourself and your business. Because without free time, I wouldn't have time to update my website. I wouldn't have time to update my reel. I wouldn't have time to read or just take care of my personal health. So just remember, things will turn around. You will be busy again. You will have that job, but also understand that there will be that downfall again. You will have that amount of free time. You won't be busy for a short amount of time, but once you understand that that free time can be very beneficial and useful, it could really change your mentality into a more positive outlook. So again, this video is for me and anyone out there that kind of understands what I'm talking about. If you ever feel like you're getting in a negative mood, feel free to come back to this video and just kind of hear what I'm talking about. Make sure that you are creating a to-do list. Start small, create those little successes early in the morning. It'll set yourself up for success the rest of the day. And use this time to dig deep and keep working. You will succeed and you will be fine. So remember, just keep creating, keep being creative. You're going to be fine. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. I will see you next time.